Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Good morning. Uh, as you know that we have been doing this book. Now you would have been well aware of this book. You have been very comfortable with me. So we are going to start uh, after angles and triangles and quadrilaterals and going to start polygons. Now what are polygons in fact? Polygons starts from three-sided figures. Triangle is a polygon, quadrilateral is a polygon, but in general practice, the polygons are said to be the figure which is more than four sides. A figure with more than four sides. Yes, triangle is also a polygon, quadrilateral is also a polygon, but they have their own names and their easy names. Triangle is triangle, quadrilateral is quadrilateral, and in quadrilaterals there are several shapes like sphere, rhombus, parallelogram, and rectangle, and kite, and whatsoever they are. Now, poly means here many. What does poly mean? Many, and gon means sides. Many sides. You must have heard this poly word prior to many words as well. Also, polyclinic, polytechnic, polygamy, and whatsoever. So, this is very common word, and in our chapter, the polygon deals with figure or the shapes with more than four sides. Now, what are more than four sides? These are pentagon, hexagon, heptagon. Now, you might have noticed that penta means 5, hexa means 6, hepta means 7, and similarly octa. Octagons means 8. Now this is 5, 6, 7, 8, and these are sides. Sides in all cases. It is very easy that if I draw this shape like this, now we can divide this thing into triangles. Now you see that in pentagon I have drawn two lines which have divided this figure into three triangles. Now it means that the internal angles of this triangle are 180 degree, of this triangle are 180 degree, of this triangle are 180 degree. Now there are 380 degrees in pentagon. Now what does it mean? That 180 multiplied by 3, which gives us 540 angles. Now there are 540 angles in the interior. The sum of all the interior angles of a pentagon are 540. We will discuss all the shapes in this um, under this topic. Now there are some polygons which are concave polygons and which are convex polygons. Now the polygons which have reflex angles in them are called concave. We'll be doing in detail whensoever it will come. I'll tell you. And the other polygons are called the convex polygons. So you know very well that what is a reflex angle. So let us start. Now, my dear students, You might have noticed that there are how many sides in a pentagon? One, two, three, four, five. And how many triangles has it formed? One, two, three. That means if sides are n, the triangles are how much? Minus 2. So in pentagon, it remains as 3. And if I draw a hexagon, you know what is a hexagon? A shape with six sides. A shape with 6 sides. Now this is a hexagon. If I draw, now you see how many triangles are formed? One, two, three, four. Four triangles. One, two, three, four. How many sides are there? One, two, three, four, five, six. Now you see the triangles are two less than the sides. That means there is a general formula that the triangles will be two less than the sides. Two less than the sides. If n are the sides, then the triangles be n minus 2. And now for each triangle, we'll say that it is 180 degree, because the interior angle of triangles are 180 degree. So 180 multiplied by 4, it will give us 720. Now the angles, the interior angle, the sum of interior angle of hexagon are 720. Now now I think you would have understood what are the polygons and what is pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. No, and to find the angles between them. It is very easy to find the angle between them. Just draw the triangles and you will know how many angles are there in a polygon. So let us do some worked example to reinforce whatsoever I have discussed in this. Now, dear students, first example is that angle sum. Find the angle sum of decadon. Find the angle sum of decagon and states its size if the decagon is regular. What is a decagon? Now decagon is in fact a 10-sided figure. Is called a decagon. Decagon. Now this means 10. Now what was our formula? The formula was n minus 2. Now what does it mean? 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. And if I multiply 8 with 180, now there are 8 triangles. There will be 8 triangles in one decagon. So this will become 8, 0, 8, 8, 64, and 8 ones are 8 and 14, 40. It was very simple. Now this is, my dear students, now 1440 is the sum of the angles between a decagon because it has 10 angles. Now there are how many sides in a decagon? There are 10 sides. Okay. Now there are 10 sides in a decagon. It is not easy to draw. So I am not going to draw it because it is not very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and this might be the shape. This might be the shape over here. Now there are how many? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 and 8. Now you see that there are 8 triangles in one decagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it does mean that the sum of the angles is equal to 1440. And the question is, if the decagon is a regular decagon, that means all angles are equal, then it will be 140 divided by 10. So one angle of a decagon is 104 degree. One angle of decagon is 144 degree. Now the next worked example is the reverse of this. The angles are given and we have to find the sides of polygon. It is very easy and you can do it by yourself. Now my dear students, as I told you that a triangle has 180 degree with 3 sides, with 4 sides. It is, you know, with 4 sides what we do, we divide it in 2, n minus 2, n minus 2. So the internal angles are 360 degree. In 5, we've learned that it is 540. In 6, we have learned that it is 720. In 7, these are 900, and so forth. And so forth. Simply, and in 10, there are 11440. In 10, there are 1440 degree angles. Now this can be expressed in general rule. Now this can be expressed in a general rule. Now if I is equal to sum of angles, E is equal to sum of exterior angles, and I hope that you must know now that what are the exterior angles and what are the interior angles. Just to recap, I tell you that what are the exterior angles. If this is a polygon, say this is a polygon, now these are the interior angles. These all are the interior angles. These are the interior angles. And these are the exterior angles. These are the exterior angles. Or you can do it like this, only in one direction. So these are the exterior angles. E exterior, E exterior, E exterior. This is I interior, I interior, I interior. I is the sum of angles, E is the sum of exterior angles. So, and n is the number of sides of the polygon. N is the number of sides of polygon. So, we'll form a formula from this data given to us is I plus E, I plus E is equal to 180 n. I plus E is equal to 180 n, where you know each and everything. I is the sum of angles, E is sum of exterior angles, and n is the number of sides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatsoever it is. E is equal to, if I apply a simple algebraic procedure, then I can remove this I from here and I can shift this I over here. So 180 n minus I. So E is equal to 180 n minus I. So what next? And we also know that I is equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180, just as I did it in pentagon, hexagon, that I multiply it. In our last example also, what we did it is we made the triangles use like this, 1, 2, 3. You see that there are how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and the triangles are 4, 2 less. So these are 2 less. So we multiplied the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we multiplied 4 with 180 and we got the result. And this is what we call it I. So this is what we call it I. So if I manipulate this I into this equation, what will happen then? It will happen that E is equal to 180 n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So keep on solving this equation. What we will get over here is, now this 180 is being multiplied with this. So it will become 180 n minus 360. It is still in the bracket. So what will happen over here? 180 n minus 180 n and minus minus plus 360. So E will become, now this is E, as you know that this is E. Now this whole thing will be cancelled and E is equal to 360. So that means the sum of exterior angles E equals E, that is equal to 360 degree. That is equal to 360 degree. So we'll use this thing in our upcoming exercise. So my dear students, this is all for today because time is running short, and I'll be doing exercise 3.7 in our fresh lecture. And of course, the upcoming lecture will be on exercise 3.7, and there are some questions, and we'll be doing it in our stipulated time. So it's time to say you goodbye. Allah Hafiz.